Here at my book called Blind Texas, How Books Relate to M.O.A.T. And I'm going to go through just a few of these passages in this book. Maybe coming up with something new, who knows. 1. One can ask why the monument goes over there to become built. We chose that nice place in our Texas and would love to have our art settle on it. With this particular passage, one being the subject as a person can ask why the monument goes over there. A one is just an abstract term for a person, as everybody knows. Yet, one is actually the subject matter for the conversation. The person can ask why the monument goes over there to become built. Not so much anything else in this sentence. The monument, even though it's a noun and probably the direct noun, one, the person asking why, is the actual conversation piece if one decides to reply to this sentence. So, the next sentence, we chose that nice place in our Texas and would love to have our art settle on it. I split this up into two sentences. We chose that nice place in our Texas. That nice place, being nice, is an acceptable kind of place. And that was the topic of this conversation. And would love to have our art settle on it. Settle is the topic of the next fragment of this, dual sentence. So settle is the art falling on the land where it rests. Number 2, because one finds Texas a great place, many tourists are coming forever to see its land, and to own 2 acres is a good start. Is our town nowhere to be found? Now, the first part of this, there's actually 2 sentences here, but the first sentence has 2 parts. Coming is actually the topic matter of the first sentence. It says first part. So coming forever to see its land. The tourists are the ones who are coming, but the vacationing, the arriving, or the attempting to arrive at a destination, the coming, is the what I want people to talk about if they read this sentence, or I want the next part of the next sentence to discuss it somehow, even though I don't think I was really doing that in this particular piece. There is a reason for that. Even though I split up this into 2 sentences, with the first having 2 parts, only the second sentence has a topic matter as well as the first is fragment, not the middle part. So, is our town nowhere to be found? The topic matter is not town, is not found, but nowhere. Being that you're in the country, nowhere is a place in the country away from the where of a town. Number 3, in many ways, a Texas landscape the tourists find awesome. They may cleverly go and support the economy by seeing our 2 acres and buying. So the first sentence, awesome, is the topic of the conversation because it is an awesome project. They go to this landscape. The landscape's not so much the topic, but awesomeness is. And it's a good topic. They may cleverly go and support the economy by seeing our 2 acres and buying. Cleverly is the topic or the subject matter, I believe, for a conversation coming from this passage. Cleverly go. To cleverly go is to go with a kind of intelligence. So when they do go to M.O.A.T, when they go to the tourist attraction, they find not M.O.A.T as a non-awesome project. It's awesome. It's and cleverly going to an awesome project. My cat's playing with the ball. Is the way to go. Number 4, on the Texas landscape, one finds things. Now, even though one is the subject matter of this part, finds things is the hidden, or maybe not hidden, but the better subject to talk about. And in this, after that comes In the Tempest by William Shakespeare. One knows how Prospero and company are on the peaceful island alone. How Prospero is on the island alone is the topic word for the conversation. So how he's there, people know. They know how he got there by Gonzalo giving him the books, sending him in the ship to the desert island after he was banished from Milan. Number 5, Meno's diagram in Plato's Meno provides much. Texas, a land of plenty, also by others is divided up just fine, as by Meno, the slave who is careful. First sentence, provides, is the topic word. The second sentence, slave, is the topic word. Providing much from the first sentence, provides is what the diagram does, but it's not so much the diagram that we're interested in, it's that it generates and provides so much. And I relate that to Texas as a land of providence, of a land of plenty. So that will relate to this. Although, in the next sentence, the slave who's careful, so it goes back to Meno, who is the slave of, Meno's slave in Plato's dialogue, Meno. It's the slave who is careful. Number 6, Texas has much land to be given to M.O.A.T. Agamemnon has much sway, and promises Achilles to give him land if he fights. Now, Texas has much land to be given to M.O.A.T. Given is the key word in this sentence, and in the next sentence, much is the key word. Much sway is actually the full topic, but much of the sway. And to have much sway is to have much is to be a great influence, while to be given to M.O.A.T, all that land is a great amount of land that we need for the building up of M.O.A.T. Number 7, on the road of Texas landscapes, one finds many possibilities offered to one. Sigmund Freud's psychic map of the mind always is changing, never so plain. So possibilities in the first sentence is my key word. Many possibilities, but possibilities in general, where the landscape changes in possible forms. Never in the second sentence of number 7, never so plain, so it's not so plain, so that it's the negation of plainness, which means never in a sense that it's not going to happen, that it's plain because it changes. Number 8, you can find that Texas is barren in places, as a land of the wilderness in the Torah. In that book, one finds a land of milk and honey promised. Wilderness and honey are the two key words of these two sentences. Wilderness is wilderness, pretty much simple, but also literary. Land, and honey is part of the land that comes after you get past wilderness. What goes on in Texas is a link to Hamlet. Hamlet asks if it is ever a truth that his undiscovered country, which frightens, is a gloomy death or not. First sentence, what? Second sentence, death. So what's happening in Texas is the actual key word, what is going on. Death as the second sentence, because Hamlet is mostly about death. You need to think more about death than Hamlet in Hamlet, perhaps, if you ask some people. Although in this sentence, it's more death than Hamlet. And the last one, number 10, there are 2 acres to be bought. As in many cases, there is one set and they provide entertainment. The charitable monuments on the 2 acres to be discovered. Both of these, to be and to be discovered, are the 2 key words. To be brings out the possibilities of that the acres will be bought, and then to be discovered, there's the possibilities on those 2 acres of the monuments for charity to be discovered.